Hi, you're watching Up to Date. I'm Jordan Helwig, the student director at Calvary, and I just want to get parents of 7th through 12th graders in the loop on events and what we're teaching on Sundays and Wednesdays. But please, before I jump the gun and go straight into that, let's get caught up on world history. I've got a real doozy for you today. In 1893, the Hawaiian monarchy was overthrown. Acting for Hawaiian blank interests and their American allies, a committee led by Sanford Ballard Dole deposed Hawaiian Queen Liliuokalani this day in 1893 and installed a provisional government with Dole as president. That one's almost not fair. You probably can't fill in the blank, but I will sneak that word in somewhere in the rest of the episode today. On Sundays, we're in Colossians, and this Sunday, we come to the commands for a Christian household. So, wives, submit to your husbands, husbands, love your wives, children, obey your parents. And so, you can pray for me. The commands are obviously straightforward, but what I'm going to try to emphasize is, of course, all of those things are in the Lord, as in the Lord, as unto the Lord. They're all taking place within this understanding that Jesus is the one with the original authority, and then he gives us these roles that we have in life as a child of parents, or the husband of a wife, or the wife of a husband. And so that's where all of that authority makes sense. But coming up on Sundays, I wanted to give you as parents a heads up. So we have about another month in Colossians, including this Sunday. So maybe 4 weeks until we move on to something else. And what I'm planning to move towards is a biblical theology of marriage and sex. I don't know if I'll call it exactly that, but I might. So again, like when we use the words biblical theology, we don't just mean what the Bible says. It is referring to tracing a theme from the beginning of the Bible to the end of the Bible. And part of that is born out of like the marriage retreat that we had, in which Jeff traced marriage a little bit, biblical theology of marriage. But I want our students to understand that what God has given us in our sexuality is tied to the hope that we have in Jesus. And I think it's important for every single one of us to understand, certainly as early as 7th grade. However, I know that as parents, you've had to make a lot of decisions on how you talk about sexuality with your teens, with all of your kids. And so if you want to come talk to me about what that's going to be like, you please either send me an email or we can schedule to talk. I can tell you it's not going to be sex ed. There's nothing explicit about sex that I'm going to be teaching. I'm going to be looking at what the Bible says about it. So it will be mostly a co-ed situation. There may be a week where I split off the guys and the girls, and I give my wife some material to teach for the ladies, but it's going to be mixed company type of material. But I ask for prayer for that, but I think it'll be really, really good. Really important. So on Wednesdays, we've transitioned from going through a book, What is the Gospel, to sermon-based discussion. So I've been showing like a 10-minute clip of what Jeff preached on the week before, and then doing some questions based off of that. This past week, specifically talking about, of course, us decreasing and Jesus increasing in our lives. So I asked students to just think back either like a year ago or 3 years ago. Do you see Jesus increasing in your life over those 3 years? What did that look like? We had some really good discussion around that. Last, we've invited all the students out to our house in Mooresville to play games. So everybody's invited over from 7 p.m. till whenever you want them home. and they just play games and have fun, specifically like board games or card games. So I'm not providing dinner, not even really providing dessert. I'm just saying, come over, hang out, and bring your favorite game. And if they want to bring ice cream, snacks, or any other form of sugar, they can. That's totally up to them, and it'll be a good time. So that's the next kind of event on the calendar. It's on the website. You can check there. If you missed the answer to the history question, it was sugar. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your prayers. See you later.